Ready for another lesson? How being a lonely man can save your life. In the Japanese culture, the men work long hours and very few of them have time for a family. The thing about it is that they focusing on the wrong thing. They working for a company and putting in these long hours. That's cool and everything and they dedicated, but they dedicated to the wrong thing. Most of these men are lonely. They want female companionship. But female companionship come with a price. It costs something, and sometimes it costs too much. So, some of them go to those places where you can basically rent a girl for an hour or whatever, and you actually have the girlfriend experience. Some of them fly over to other countries and, some of them wealthy, so they do lavish things with the money and, they get a top tier hoes. And then they go back to the boring life and miserable existence, which isn't a bad thing because in solidarity is when you learn the most about yourself. Being a man, you were built to be by yourself. But what's even more important is that you get together with a group of other men where you guys are collaborating and heading towards a similar goal to build things of value. That's when you'll find true meaning in life. Don't get me wrong, you could do it by yourself. But it's better when you have people that you know and trust on that journey. Most of the time I by myself. And I seek counsel from only a few men that I know that their judgment has been tested. Their judgment ain't questionable. Yeah, they're fallible like everybody else. And they make mistakes and errors. But that's few and far in between because these men strive for excellence. You should strive for excellence. It's going to take a long time to reach to that level, but at least you on the path. You're going to get derailed many times, but stay the course. There's a light at the end of that tunnel. So you keep to yourself, you mind your business, you bust gallons once in a while, whether it's by what or other services and stuff. And you need that release, and I get it. So you decide to take a break from your nose and the grindstone and you look up. And now you are a rich man, a middle-aged man, sometimes an older man. And what you do now, where you go from here. Of course you enjoy the fruits of your labor. You travel all over the world, enjoy fine dining and all of the likes. But you make sure that you safeguard your stuff and still have that solidarity mindset. Because you have to roam your domain, and even sometimes you'll wander into other men's domain. But if you skillfully know how to move, you'll get what you want. It's already hard enough that we have it as men. It's going to be even harder to achieve anything noteworthy, to stand out above the pack of other men. But then you got to stay the course. Getting harder as time progresses to get ahead as a man. But that's a good thing because, as I always say, anything in life worth having is difficult to attain. You still ascending. Do not get derailed. Do not hang around people that don't cherish their life, and do not be in the party scene like that because that will bring your demise, especially with women. You better get up on game and understand that there's no loyalty out here, especially from the opposite sex. Let me rephrase that. There is loyalty. You just probably won't find it in this country. But you gotta be very wary when you go to other countries because they could have ulterior motives. I was with our associates and he was talking to this young lady and I done check out of their conversation because she was rude. Come to find out, she was like, my father was very domineering and he was in the military and all this stuff. And she hated discipline. So her father was a disciplined man. And she wanted to break free from that. And years later now, from her conversation, she like, you know what? I should have listened to him. You should have. Your father wasn't going to lead you astray. That's probably the only man that, if he's biologically healthy, gonna love you and steer you into the right direction. But most of these women don't want that. Because with direction comes discipline. And with being a disciplinarian, become a dictator. And most of them don't want a dictator, but as I say, somebody have to lead. And it should be you, not the other way around. Never let a woman lead. So enjoy your solitude as a man and roam and gather things. And when you run into other men that have the same mindset, collaborate and team up with them and become a monopoly. You've been taught.